There is a question that almost never gets asked before a pet transport, not because it is a bad question, because most buyers do not know it is a question they should be asking, and the companies that benefit most from that ignorance are not going to bring it up. I am Julian, Chief Pet Travel Advisor at Rockstar Pets. Today we are talking about insurance in pet logistics, what it covers, what most companies do not carry, and why the absence of insurance is the single most overlooked risk in the entire pet transport industry. Let me start with the scenario most buyers never think about until it is too late. Your pet is mid-flight. Something goes wrong. Maybe it is a health event. Maybe it is a handling error. Maybe it is something nobody could have predicted. The question that determines what happens next is not what went wrong. It is who is responsible. And the answer to that question is almost entirely determined by whether the company you hired carries insurance and what that insurance actually covers. In an unregulated industry with no federal licensing requirement and no mandatory insurance standard, the answer to that question is more often than not, nobody. Or more precisely, the financial and legal responsibility falls to whoever you can prove was negligent. And proving negligence in a pet transport claim is significantly harder than most people assume. Here is what insurance in professional pet logistics should cover. General liability for incidents that occur during the transport. Care, custody, and control coverage, which specifically addresses situations where an animal in the company's care is injured, lost, or dies. And errors and omissions coverage for situations where a mistake in the booking or logistics process causes harm. A professional pet logistics company carries all three. Most companies operating in the gray market carry none of them. The reason most companies do not carry this insurance is straightforward. It is expensive. Care, custody, and control coverage for animals is a specialized policy that requires underwriting based on the volume and type of transports a company performs. For someone running pet transport as a side hustle using standby airline benefits, the cost of proper insurance coverage would eliminate the margin that makes the business model work in the first place. So, they operate without it and hope nothing goes wrong. When something does go wrong, the buyer discovers what uninsured liability actually looks like. They are told that the company is sorry. They are told that this has never happened before. They are told that they will make it right. What they are not told is that there is no policy behind those words, no coverage to draw on, no financial mechanism to compensate them for what happened. Just a person hoping the buyer does not pursue legal action and a situation that is entirely unresolved. Now let me tell you what insurance does not cover, and this is equally important. Insurance does not cover the irreplaceable. If your pet is lost or dies in transport, a policy can compensate you financially based on the assessed value of the animal. It cannot replace what that animal meant to your family. It cannot undo the experience. It cannot give back what was lost. This is why insurance is not the solution to poor pet logistics. It is the safety net beneath a professional operation that is built to make sure the safety net never needs to be used. The presence of insurance tells you something important about the company you are considering. It tells you they have been underwritten. That means an insurance company assessed their operation, their protocols, their training standards, and their risk profile and decided they were insurable. That is not a guarantee of perfection. But it is an independent assessment that this company operates at a standard that a third party is willing to stand behind financially. An uninsured company has never had that assessment. They are operating entirely on self-reported standards with no external verification and no financial accountability if those standards fail. At Rockstar Pets, we carry full liability coverage, including care, custody, and control insurance on every transport we perform. It is not something we advertise as a selling point because we consider it a baseline requirement for operating in this industry professionally, but it is something every buyer should ask about before they hand their animal to anyone. The question is simple: are you insured and what does your coverage include? A professional operation answers that question completely and immediately. If the answer is vague, incomplete, or deflected, you are looking at an uninsured operation hoping nothing goes wrong on your transport. Do not let that hope be the only thing protecting your pet. I am Julian. Subscribe for more on what the pet logistics industry does not want you to know.